Beyond the Hour of Code, introducing coding to your classroom. In every facet of our lives, we encounter the use of technology that is often run by software, from driverless cars and autopilot to smartphones, games, and almost every device we use daily. They are all powered by thousands of lines of codes that make them possible to use. Have you ever wondered who writes the codes that makes these technologies possible, and how do they do it? Has it ever occurred to you that someone, somewhere, wrote the lines of code that make it possible for vehicles to autopark or airplanes to fly themselves? How did they create your favorite game or app that you downloaded from the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store onto your smartphone and tablet? We are approaching a time in our generation where digital technology is present everywhere in every tool and device we use daily. Hence, we need a generation of people that are able to push software technology beyond the limits. We need a generation of students who are computational thinkers, because that is really what coding is all about. What is coding? According to McKinsey, a Facebook engineer, coding is simply the process of breaking down problems. Coding is a set of instructions that tells the computer what to do. It is often referred to as computer programming. Why should we teach students to code? Well, coding requires computational thinking, which is a requirement in most provincial curriculums. Teaching coding helps students become active producers and creators of software instead of simply consumers. According to a U.S. statistics published on code.org, by the year 2020, there will be over 1.4 million computing jobs that will go unfilled. By teaching coding, we are creating computational thinkers who understand logical reasoning, critical thinking, problem solving, pattern recognition, spatial reasoning, and conceptualizing. Not to mention the transferable skills that could help these students succeed in other subject areas, such as perseverance, design thinking, innovation, and creativity. There are several different programming languages in computer science, such as Scratch, HTML, and JavaScript. Scratch is a visual block programming language, and in my experience, a good language to use to introduce programming to students. What makes Scratch or block programming different? Well, it allows students to focus on the programming aspect of their learning without having to worry about the syntax and semantics of a programming language. It is simple, but yet a powerful way to bring coding into the K-12 classroom. You may be asking yourself, where do I start? The Hour of Code is a good way to begin. It is a global movement that expands to over 180 countries. The goal is to encourage students to spend 1 hour doing coding activities during Computer Science Education Week, which is the first week in December. Both teachers and students are encouraged to explore coding beyond the Week of Code, and there are several resources to guide them. Where can you find coding resources for your classroom? There are several different Scratch-based coding platforms. To name a few, there is Google CS First. It is designed for students in grade 4 and up. It is designed to use project-based learning to teach the students Scratch. There is also Codable. It is a free resource for students in kindergarten through grade 5. To name a few more, there is Tinker, Code.org, and Scratch projects. This year, I was fortunate to be a member for the Technovation Challenge. Technovation Challenge is a program that invites girls from all over the world to solve real-world problems by developing unique and creative mobile apps. Through hard work and dedication from the teams, there were 3 teams from my school district that were amongst the top 10 in the semi-finalist junior division. Almost all of the girls had little to no experience with coding, but they were able to learn, apply themselves, and develop amazing apps. The girls learned how to code and will undoubtedly be able to apply their coding skills in the future, should they wish to make additional apps. However, throughout the process, they learned much more than simply how to write code. They had to build team working skills, problem solve, demonstrate analytical thinking, and hone their communication skills when presenting their apps to the judging panel. As you can see, one project-based coding activity can easily touch on many of the curricular standards in any grade level.